Hi! So we're back doing the Revolution videos, matches one by one, and our match of the night, well, the match to talk about the match of the night, was Moxley versus Takeshita for the AEW Continental Championship, no time limit. Now, frankly, going into this, I thought, one, this was going to be possibly my second match of the night, definitely a contender, and it definitely is a contender for match of the night. And then also, I thought it'd go to 60, and it didn't. I don't know if that's my expectation. I just expected it to go to 60 and kind of wanted it to, but it's not a mark against it. The match itself, I mean, whenever you get Mox and Takeshita, like we've seen it a few times now, it's excellent. It really is. They're both just generational, once-in-a-lifetime wrestlers, 100%. But with Moxley here, it was kind of weird to see Moxley dominate Takeshita. Not true domination, but he has... It's a lot more Moxley than it is Takeshita, and I like that. I think it works into the ending. So, a lot of it is, so the match is relatively even. They're both doing the strike and the lockups, and then Moxley basically takes Takeshita outside and hits, I think it was the stomp that makes, he hits a brutal stomp on the apron. And when he hits that stomp, that's basically when the match kind of goes in Moxley's favour, because Takeshita has eye is bleeding, or his head, just above his eyes, holding his eye. Moxley throughout the match is working Takeshita's knee, constantly kicking it, doing the cold. Ironically enough, what Kyle O'Reilly and everyone past Kyle O'Reilly was doing to him, which was great. And I love the fact of, they're clearly building to the Takeshita face turn. It debatably happened here. But it's also, what I love about it is they're doing it the exact same way that Moxley did, because Moxley was a heel. But then, because of these true resilient matches that they're getting shown of, with Moxley getting his knee worked and still carrying on, the crowd took to him again. The crowd always took to him, but you get my point. And it's like, they're clearly doing that with Takeshita again, and I love it. One thing that I really loved about this match was Mox is the first person ever so far to kick out of the, I think it was the Raging Fire. And then he does the wah knees. I forget I'm terrible with names and moves, if you can never tell. But Mox is the first ever person to kick out of that from Takeshita. The kick outs here by Takeshita are excellent. There's been a lot of complaints I've seen from people saying the cards had too many kickouts at once, especially the Bucks match. I disagree. I thought the kickouts here were excellent. I thought Moxley and Takeshita's kickouts. Takeshita has a kickout at one. It's excellent. I really do, because it's the match is designing Takeshita's resilience to show, because the main point of the match, storytelling-wise, is Takeshita will not do it the Don Callis family way. He's not even on commentary. He will only do it he wants to do it his way, the honourable way, especially against someone like Moxley. And I love it. Moxley, obviously, there's a point where, so Moxley's getting a lot more cocky with him, and I love that. He's, there's a point where I think he hits the cutter or something. I forget what it is. I think it was the cutter. And then when he's doing it, he going like that. And then he's like, and then Takeshita's just behind him, and you can see Moxley's face like, shit. It's Moxley's one of the best ever. Fucking 100%. And then the knees, again, the strikes from Moxley. So a lot of the holds were really good. I really did enjoy it. There was a lot of, work there. And it's kind of hard to break down because it does sound very basic, but, because it's such a high level between Moxley and Takeshita that, it's an insane high level because they're two of the greatest of all time. Frankly, let's be honest, Takeshita was going to go down as one, and Moxley definitely is. So it's it's a phenomenal matchup. Again, it had about 20 minutes. I would have given it longer. I think you could have definitely built this up a bit longer. It's probably done because the ending. But I love the Moxley's cutter and stomp are always there. Takeshita's resilience is great. I love it. Even so the finish, Moxley gets him into a choke, and he goes, he's waiting for Takeshita to tap, but Takeshita puts the middle finger up to his face, and then Takeshita goes out. He doesn't tap. I thought that was excellent. I really did. So Moxley does get the win. He celebrates quite well. The Death Riders come out. They're celebrating. There was no Claudio, but I think he's in Mexico. And obviously no Marina, and thank God no Ronda Rousey. And then he basically comes out, and this is the main thing for me, is he goes out and he goes to shake Takeshita's hand. Takeshita just looks at it, walks away, and when he's in the ropes, he's like, you can see on his face, I don't want to do this. I'm not doing a Don Callis thing, and goes up and shakes Moxley's hand, which was great. I really enjoyed that. They both go their separate ways, and then Moxley, as he's leaving, celebrating, all that stuff. The lights go out. And it cuts to basically some green, very green, someone in a basic back to tank, just healing, and then he's breaking, and it revealed to be Will Ospreay, and he screams, "Rah!" And then Mox is like, it's funny as hell. Moxley's expressions like that, and then it just did bum 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 bum. The best wrestler in the world is back, and that's not an exaggeration. The best wrestler in the world is back. I've missed Will like hell, and not that AEW's missed Will, you know, but you know what I mean. He's too good. You're always gonna miss him. Comes out, and it's weird. So I thought Will was always gonna come back into the main event. No, he's went to Moxley, because obviously Moxley took him out. I didn't even think of that, to be honest. That's on me. So Will's looking at Moxley. He takes his jacket off, then his shirt off. He's staring at Moxley. Moxley gets in the ring. It's fucking brutal. Will looks quite bigger as well, and he just hits this brutal hidden blade on Moxley straight away. Just bang! It was fucking nuts. And then the Death Riders, Yuta, Garcia, and Pac come in, and Ospreay beats them off. Whoa! But he just basically fights them away, and then he basically just Moxley and everyone scattered. They're going, and Will's looking at the top turnbuckle, staring at Moxley, and he's got the scar from his neck surgery, and he goes like that, and then basically setting up that. Yes, I like this a lot. I didn't expect Will to be so aggressive, but I love it. I thought when you get someone like Will Ospreay, he's going to be like, coming to the crowd. He's the biggest, probably the biggest, probably not the biggest babyface, but he's up there. Everyone loves Ospreay. He's very much an epitome of what AEW stands for. And I'm just happy he's back. Him and Moxley, it's the first time ever matched too. They've never feuded or had a match. And yeah, that's basically how it ends. He goes up the crowd, are loving him. The theme, the pop you're getting for Ospreay, he's just the greatest. He's just so fucking good. I love Ospreay. But I don't want that to detract from the match, unlike the Ronda Rousey and the Ronda Rousey thing with Marina and Tony. This was an excellent match on its own. It was definitely a great blow-off. It's definitely a great progression. I didn't expect Takeshita to lose. I thought Takeshita was going to win. But now that makes it more interesting. Is Ospreay the end goal for Moxley? Is he going to be answering for his Death Rider stuff? That could be very interesting if they handle that right. How do you handle Takeshita? Because you got to do him and Okada again. That's still going on. If you got to wait for the Callis family, is that going to happen now? There's going to be a lot of things that happen here, and that's what I thought was really interesting. I thought this was going to be the fresh start, like epitome. Moxley loses the belt, then probably the Death Rider's turn, and then Takeshita wins, and the Don Callis family, he sets up Okada straight away. No, it seems to be the seed and like the final nail before it starts, and I thought that's very good. I thought that was a nice, not swerve, but very much a nice development of what I thought it would be. Ospreay coming back is incredible. I think that's definitely going to, unfortunately, overshadow how great of a match this was. I think a lot of people could have said this was your match tonight. I don't think this is better than the Bucks, but I think, I don't know, the Bucks is it's a lot more faster paced. This isn't. There's sequences that are, but this is pure top tier wrestling. Not that FTR versus the Bucks isn't, but this really is. It's phenomenal. And again, what would you expect from Moxley versus Takeshita? I don't know if it's their best match. I love the draws. I haven't really thought about that properly yet. Even while we were watching it, I was like, I don't know, because it's so good. They're all so good. It's such a high bar. I really love this one. It's one of my matches of the night. Definitely, it's probably that and the book so far. It's two phenomenal matches. Everyone's considering it. Obviously, I'm calling this a few days after now, on Wednesday, but ironically enough, and everyone's still raving about Revolution. This is one of the matches. Why? Because it's incredible. It's an incredible match. And yeah, the Ospreay return's great, but I hope people can acknowledge how good the match is on its own, because it doesn't deserve to just be it's the Ospreay return thing. It's a phenomenal match, and honestly, if you haven't watched this one, it's definitely one of the highlights of the night. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Moxley versus Takeshita for the Continental Championship match with Ospreay's return. Big thing. What's your opinion on everything? What's your opinion on Ospreay's return? Because that's going to be the main talking point. But what do you think Takeshita does after here? Because I think that's very interesting. How do we work that out?